This guy Wolf was a writer, was conspiring with Epstein to do harm to me. And I didn't see it myself, but I was told by some very important people that not only does it absolve me, it's
And young women, please understand that if you dress immodestly, you are magnifying this problem by becoming pornography.
They go to the temple along with our 11-year-old young women.
She would be a second wife. She asked this question: would she be able to have her own house? Would she have to live with her husband and his first wife? I just told her to trust the Lord.
Bum bum. Da 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 bum bum bum. Travis Wingutzel. Got a couple of comments to reply to. The first one was a brand new one as I was checking out the other guy. It's Candace Owens exposes LDS Mormon Church plot to assassinate Charlie Kirk. I'm assuming it's ... That's an old video. It's still a breakout. Part 2. The original, YouTube shut it down. And it's been 100 days. It was supposed to be dead and gone. And somebody did a search for Candace Owens and assassination of Charlie Kirk, something like that. They don't tell me. And found my video recommended. And they clicked on it. And that triggered in the algorithms other people to see it in their feed, and so on and so on and so on and so on and so on, and then eventually got to this guy. Who is, all caps, oh my God, David Burrows. And I believe, yeah, he could be an AI bot. November 30th, 2024 is when he started YouTube. Seriously, dude? The only new people on YouTube should be kids who are now allowed back on their cell phones. Seriously. Unless you're a troll who goes around abusing people and has your site banned frequently to create new sites with different names to cover your identity from YouTube. See, I don't worry about attacks of information that I provide you guys. You know, obviously I will make associative memory lapses because I don't memorize. And so what goes on in my right brain can sometimes come out wrong with my lips. So instead of Revolutionary War, I'll say Civil War, or vice versa. Nelson instead of Oaks, stuff like that. Simple little minor things that are not consequential and not considered lies. As that video is in queue. There's a whole bunch of them, and Mormons ain't running the test. So, David Burrows comments to Candace Owens exposes the plot of the church. And she was additional information. I put my information in that video too. He apparently ignored it and hoped it went away so that he can do this attack. So I'm going to set it up again for the illiterates who refuse to rewatch the video we all watched around the whole world. Charlie Kirk at the UVU in Utah County was there at a rally speech thing and was shot from a shooter that direction to his right. Entered into a C2 vertebrae out the other side of the neck. The prosecution then went to the hearing and said, yeah, shot in the C2 vertebrae from that building, the Luze building. All because one of the people that were there, out of the 3,000, had recorded somebody on that roof. That's it. And so it was just a person of interest. We need to find out who that person was. No, they went and framed and blamed him. And AI, facial recognition, caused mommy and daddy to say, well, that could be our son. Hey, did you do this? You better go turn yourself in. No, I'm not turning myself in. You better turn yourself in. You can't hide from the FBI on this matter. You need to turn yourself in. I contacted our friend who's in the sheriff's department, and he says you should turn yourself in. So mommy and daddy betrayed him. We're confused about who it was. Was it mommy, daddy, or both? See, the prosecution's not getting their story straight. And so they're purposely delaying this, and the defense is also helping them so that they can get him to confess so that they don't have to get their story straight come trial time. Nonetheless. And so, yeah, the latest thing is that the defense doesn't want to show the video in court. What the bleeping hell? Show the video. Point out to the judge during the viewing. Notice it came from that direction, Your Honor. Here's a map of the UVU. Here's where Charlie Kirk was sitting. Here's the direction of the shot. Now, the prosecution is claiming that Tyler Robinson was on that building. On the roof. As he's in a tent, partially shielded. Because the one picture of the guy who did a trajectory saying there's no way in hell it could enter into the C2 vertebrae from that direction because it would have to go through the jaw. Not just the jaw, but the tent roof. Everybody knows this is a fraud. And so what Candace has done is brought out additional video evidence and such. I'm not sure what this one was. It was so long ago. I don't memorize, remember? I have to rewatch videos to find out what the hell you're talking about. But clearly, Tyler is innocent. Everybody knows the shooter came from that direction. He got away. Tyler is innocent. Nonetheless, David says, is this what we're expected to believe? It's not about belief. It's about evidence. That direction. Tyler didn't do it. Bleep you. But this is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints that pulls the faith promotion, spiritual witness feelings, prayers. That Mormons now take that and say, I don't need to study, I don't need to forensically investigate a crime scene as a prosecuting attorney or the police investigators, because we also don't get funded for investigating crimes. Couldn't believe that. State of Utah. Go figure. No wonder they're always on the news saying, if anybody knows how to solve the crime, please let us know, because we don't get funded for it. If it wasn't for a gang-related incident, the cops can just go in and round up all the gang members, and if they can get somebody to confess, then they'll be guilty. Because they want street cred. Yeah, I did it. Lock me up. Oh, okay, great. We've got a high conviction rate here going. We're awesome. And so, no, it's not about beliefs. It's not about disbelief. It's about assembling the evidence. God, what a dumbass. As opposed to President Oaks, President Nelson, President Hinckley, not President Monson, not President Hunter. Unless I used clips from them in the video. Maybe that's why he's using them. But again, I don't remember. But the way he's worded it is that I'm supposed to believe, not investigate, study the words of these prophets. I'm just supposed to believe them. Whatever they say, I have to believe. If I don't believe them, then I need to keep praying until I get the right feeling to believe them. This is Mormonism 101. And this is how stupid David is by doing this. Because all my videos expose with their own words their lies. The video today. Oh, section 120. It says that tithing is supposed to be administered by the first presidency, the bishop of each and every single ward, and the high council. And so both Oaks and Anderson, as I gave you the conference talk clips, said the first presidency, the bishop and his council, and the quorum of the 12 apostles. They lied! I am not going to believe liars! And bleep you, Mormons, for believing their lies, because you refuse to study. And so by their fruits? Belief isn't fruit. How mentally retarded are you, David? Dear God. This is basic doctrine for anybody who can read and understand what they read. Because it's in the restored gospel of the Book of Mormon. Not just the Bible. Dear God. Is this where Candace Owens bases her research? I don't know. That's just her evidence from her video. The video is not about Candace Owens. It's about Tyler Robinson being framed and punished. He has not been found guilty of anything yet. And yet this is being delayed while he's being punished, because this counts as time served. Well, I've suffered through 20-minute bleep you. See, he doesn't believe. He didn't test me. He didn't check the evidence. Didn't check the words. Didn't run the scripture scientific test for fruit. It's all about he doesn't believe because I'm not faith promoting. You can't judge people that way. You become a false judge, and therefore what you accuse falsely is what you are guilty of. I have to suffer through 14 minutes, 19, 20, 21, 22 seconds. How can you really see any credibility in what this man is saying? He's not even talking to me. Get out of here. You're gone. You're trying to form a mob against me. You become a terrorist to incite people to cause me harm. Bleep you. So, the other one. All Mormons are running and hiding. And as of this past week or two, I've been slamming the church with this because they hate it. And they get really pissed and they punish me with terrorism and other crimes in retaliation. Because they can't argue me either. It's only their spiritual witness feelings. Well, my feelings are hurt. You're evil. The prophets lied. What do you mean I'm evil? They lied. The father of all lies is Lucifer, and they lied. And I'm evil? I mean? Yeah, talk about screwed up in the head. This is why other people who don't study the church, but at least know you're a cult. It's technically an occult. You know, talking to the dead, saying that he can see stuff in a rock and a hat. It's supposed to be a vision. But nonetheless, the church wants it to be literal history. So Joseph is a witch if it's literal history. But Joseph Smith said it was a vision. So it's not literal history. Bunch of illiterates. Bunch of ignoramuses. Dear God. So, the other one is on the video, Jeffrey Epstein's Little Black Book tied to LDS Church. This was like 2 years ago. Old. Old and busted, because I've got new hotness pictures that I've been using lately. But if people are searching for Epstein stuff and find my videos and they become a breakout video, great. Max C will be further punished by the Strengthening Church Members Committee and come Monday. Hey, that's tomorrow. Two breakout video. Oh, three. Max C. We put you in YouTube and you couldn't do a simple job. They know this of me. This is why my conference videos get more views. Dear God. So, Mormon nuances in Spanish tells me in English, can you expand on this and the document you attached? You do know I'm an anti-Mormon, antichrist, apostate, nehor, korahor. Did you check my channel? This was only a 7-minute video, because again, I don't know what I said, and so I clicked on it to watch it, to see what it was all about. I just have this simple stuff of one picture, and then I talk. Good old days of my videos. See, now I do a whole bunch of, remember when I did this video? For hours before I finally talk, for hours about the new subject matter. And then people are still confused about the pictures and the video clips. What does this mean? And so, yeah, I explain it. Everybody knows about it. But fine. Because Trump come out and said the Epstein files vindicates him. Let me get his exact word. Absolves him of wrongdoing. Oh my God. There's no such thing. He apparently has not watched my video where I use this in the picture. Oh, yep. Yep. Yeah, Trump is in the other stuff too. So, subject, RENTOC names. This is file labeled EFTA 01660651, and then a -1 for page 1 of 5 pages. I only made a JPEG of the first page because I saw the first highlighted thing. And that was more than enough for me. Oh my hell. So, blank reported an unidentified female friend who was forced to perform oral sex on President Clinton? Nope, Trump, approximately 35 years ago in New Jersey. The friend told Alexis that she was approximately 13 to 14 years of age when this occurred, and the friend allegedly bit President Trump while performing oral sex. We object, Your Honor. Your Honor, this can be easily fixed. Drop 'em, Trump. Just so with Jason Statham. That's what the guy said. He was trying to claim that he was the victim. And so Jason Statham then comes out and says, and he wanted to run away. And so the friend was allegedly hit in the face after she laughed about biting President Trump. The friend said she also was abused by Epstein. And so then a 16-year-old girl, and then the next one that I see here, oh dear God. And that one's quite a long one. Because there's sex trafficking ring at the Trump golf course in Rancho Palos Verdes, California, between 1995 and 1996. Cover your ears, innocent people. Cover your ears. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you thought Sean Puffy Combs was bad. Oh, no, here's a 14-year-old girl raped. And they give the name. At a big orgy party with her and other young girls. And older Victoria's Secret models, including Bill Clinton. I don't think he's a Victoria's Secret model. And Donald Trump. So yeah, the two of them were buddies at these parties, I guess. Why does Trump hate the Clintons so much? Or is it just Hillary? Epstein. Whoop. Little black book. Okay, that's how I labeled it. So I've got the unredacted, but I was using the Huntsman's picture with the redacted version. And so in the 7-minute video, I talk about how the Department of Justice released the little black book here. And then little Miss Precious Princess Barbie then comes out and says, oh, I don't know what happened to it. It's gone. There's no such thing. What do you mean? What are you talking about? This was all of his contacts. And what we heard from the news about this, with the 25 people given deals, is that Ghislaine and Epstein were the main people involved in this. And they would go around the world setting up the network. So they'd get people in every single state in the union and every single country around the world. Big high-profile people. And so depending on which country you're from is what they're reporting in the news. You know, Prince Andrew is the major focus in the UK. They don't care about Trump. or Bill Clinton, or Matt, or the Gates guy. None of that. They got Prince Andrew by the cojones. And so Ghislaine would be the prostitute to sweeten the deal to get them involved, as the initial Epstein files exposed, of them going to the various people, and she is smoochy with them. And so she was used to have sex to convince the guys to help with their whole thing. And so she was just pimping out herself for this whole thing, this whole operation. And and so these guys would send women to Lolita Island or wherever else that Epstein has listed for hotels and massage parlors and other places with airlines and other stuff to do all this trafficking and event planning, not just the island. And so when clients contact Epstein to say, oh, I'm looking for a Utah Mormon girl, Epstein then goes, okay, well, we have a person out in Utah who can hook you up. So we'll get them to kidnap and traffic one of the girls to come out to the island, and then you can meet us there and have your way with her. That's how it works. You know, if they want an Arab, they can call their Islamic government leaders in those countries or wherever in the world. It's a major operation. There are thousands of girls victims over all this time. And so this little black book is contacts to hook him up from wherever they are for the clients. This is not the client list. And so, yes, there are a lot of Hollywood celebrities in here. There are a lot of government leaders in here. There are a lot of famous people and rich people in here. And some very disappointing people that I'm horrified with, because I like their Hollywood acting work. Very disappointed. And so, yes, Ivanka, Ivana, Melania are in here. This is the hookup list, not the client list. So Ivanka being in this list is doubly disturbing because Trump goes back 35 years ago. Pause for a station identification break on the age of Ivanka. We all know that originally she was part of the Epstein rape victims, and as she grew up to become an adult, she then became a trafficker of further girls. That is the sad reality. I'm not happy with Google this weekend. They're purposely not wanting to process things. Upgrade to Windows 11, Travis, or we will punish you. She's 44. Oh my God. 9. Oh. So yeah, Ivanka Trump was one of the girls. And then she became one of the facilitators of other girls. This is how bad this is. So Melania, 35 years ago? I should have checked for Melania. She's what, 32 now? But all of those Eastern Bloc women, oh dear God, you just want to cry. Major sex trafficking in those countries. And so, it says models. Yeah, no duh. She's 55. Oh dear God. And so 20. And so, she may have been barely legal. And Trump married her. I didn't check. And so I went through it looking for Mormons. Because, it's awful and horrible what goes on in the world. I already knew about it way back when I was a kid, hearing it from my childhood white supremacist Christian nationalist peers. I want to know if there are Mormons involved. And wouldn't you know it? Under H, I got to the Huntsmans. I know that guy. He was not very nice to me in 2008. Right, Oaks? Amazing. Amazing. John and Mary Kay. Come on. Seriously? This is not a picture. I can't do what I normally do on a picture. Alright. So it has their Salt Lake City, Utah address and phone number. I don't know if it's still the same. It's most likely a mansion, so there's no way you can get near it, because most likely their security system will raise up machine guns and then start blasting at your car. And then an automatic voice would come over a loudspeaker saying, "You have trespassed on our property. Please leave immediately," as you're lying in your gore. And then they'll call the cops to come clean it up. And so it's even more horrifying to know that they were adopting children, because being in this list, those kids are trafficked, not adopted. They were kidnapped, and the Huntsmans bought and paid them to take them in, to claim that they're good people. See, we're good white rich people saving these kids by funding child sex trafficking. And so yes, for Epstein to have them on his blacklist, little black book list, means that they were go-to people, not clients, which they were also. But whether they were into the freaky sex stuff with the kids, that is uncertain. That's why I'm pissed that the FBI or the DOJ, with this latest release of 3 million, didn't have a zip file download of them. Bastards. There's so many documents, and now it's a project, and I don't think I'll ever get to all of it. So I have to pay attention to the news from the various countries in the world, hoping one of them will eventually come out and say, oh my God, we found Mormons. But Musk, it was a client. That has been made very clear, especially lately. And with Epstein and his unfortunate towel incident, for 2 minutes, Alyssa Grenfell had exposed that Musk has found a new hookup guy with Epstein out of the picture. And he's a Mormon. And so I tried watching her video to find out if his wives were Mormon. Being a Mormon, is he hooking up Musk with fellow Mormon girls? Alyssa. Come on, girl. Report and investigate. Find out these instances. Alyssa is obviously not a reporter, not an investigator, because she botched claiming Joseph was a polygamist, and she made a pretty picture chart of all the wives that Joseph Smith was married to. Alyssa, I made a pretty picture chart too, but it's from the original documents made by John D. Lee in 1845 and 1846, after Joseph was dead. You know, your temple ordinances by proxy? Yeah, Joseph was sealed to all those women by proxy. He was never married to any of them. He never had sex. None of that ever happened. Any woman who wrote it in their journal in this valley lied. You know, forged documents. Ever hear about that in this church? Which, I've got another salamander idea. I may never get to it. None the less. And so, yeah, this is a major ugly thing that we all knew, but we just didn't know who. We just knew it was being done by the rich elite around the whole world. We didn't know to what extent this was going on, nor did we know who was involved, and now we do. And dear God. So yeah, I am horrified that our press have not seen the one document that I've found that's gone viral. And ask Mr. President, or ask Horseface Stormy Daniels, who got to see his little toad stool. And you didn't see scars? There'd be teeth scars. We can do a match for her teeth with... Exhibit number B and C, Your Honor. Oh my God. Precious and few are the moments we two can share. See, it's those kinds of incidences that we need to know who that girl was so that we can make her, a goddess. Give her awards. Give her a parade. Yep, I'm the one who bit off President Trump's penis. I Lorena bobbited him. And as Trump says, the Epstein files release absolves me of wrongdoing. I'm the victim. Almost forgot. The tie-in with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is not just because John married Kate Ashland is Mormon, or was, or he's claiming to be a spiritual Mormon, whatever the crap. He's got a membership record. You're a Mormon. But the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints grooms all Mormons into the rape, prostitution culture. Child even. As I've been doing the videos lately about. That's how. The church teaches that Jesus approves it as long as it's confined within the church. And so, if the Huntsmans were to get caught in the release of the Epstein files above and beyond to explain their presence in the little black book, it's because of the rape, prostitution culture in Mormonism that got the Huntsmans to do that. Oh, we're saving these girls and funding the sex trafficking by saving them. So now I get cyber terrorized? Bleep you! But yeah, it's for all criminal activities of the church. We go on missions, as long as it's confined to a mission, it's not an MLM marketing pyramid Ponzi scheme. But when you try to start your own business outside of Utah, then you get busted by the police or the FBI for your financial criminal activities with your company. And you're thinking, well, what did I do wrong? The church does it all the time. I'm missionary. That's what I did to recruit members to pay the church. It's a great business strategy, working so well for the church. And so, yeah, USANA and doTERRA are the big ones here in Utah. And Governor Cox came out his first year in office doing an awards ceremony for doTERRA. We'd like to present this honor to doTERRA for your great business ethics, moral standing. Bleep you.